ASMR by B, and today I want to teach you how to play a card game. It's kind of like it's not necessarily a board game, because it doesn't have a board, but it is a card game, and it is called Exploding Kittens. Exploding Kittens, Exploding Kittens. So, if you've watched a specific Ramble video of mine, you'll know how I came to acquire this game, but I can tell the story again briefly. So my boyfriend and I went on a date night to a board game cafe kind of situation. It's basically like a restaurant. You go, you can order food, and then they have this like library of board games and stuff. So it's these shelves that are like lining the walls. I think they have like 1,500 board games or something. So this is the one it's one of the ones that we played, and we both really liked it. And when we were leaving, they have like a little store. They have like a board game store. So I went and I picked one up, and it's super cute. So something about this game is that it comes with, or it has expansion packs. I don't know if it talks about them on here or not. So we bought 2 expansion packs. We bought the Barking Kittens expansion pack and the Streaking Kittens expansion pack. So there's 2 packs in here in addition to the regular cards. So this is a lot more cards, and it's a lot more complicated than the base game. If I was really prepared for this video, I would have taken out the extra cards and I would have just taught you the base game. But this is what we're working with. So I'll do a little bit of tapping on the box. It sounds really good, or I think it sounds really good. So I can trace that it's backwards for me, but like I said, it's called, that doesn't sound very good. Anyways, it's called Exploding Kittens. It is very cute. It says it's like Uno, except there are goats, magical enchiladas, and kittens that can kill you. Created by Elon Lee, Matthew Inman, and Shane Small, Exploding Kittens made Kickstarter history when over 219,000 people backed the project. This game is a highly strategic, kitty-powered version of Russian roulette. Players draw cards until someone draws an exploding kitten, at which point they explode. They are dead. They are out of the game. Unless that player has a defuse card, which can defuse the kitten using things like laser pointers, belly rubs, and catnip sandwiches. All of the other cards in the deck are used to move, mitigate, or avoid exploding kittens. So, when we first picked this up off the shelf, I was kind of like, I don't really get it. And I wasn't sure how good it would be. But it was really fun. And when you don't have any expansion packs, it's a super quick game. Like 15 minutes or less. So we have the rules in here. We're not gonna like go over the rules. I'll just explain to you how to play. That's kind of the point. So I'm gonna take the cards out of here. It might be a little loud, so I'm gonna skip this part. So I have 2 stacks of cards here for no particular reason. But the first thing that you have to do is you have to go through your cards, take out all of these diffuse cards, and then you want to take out all of the exploding kittens cards. So I'm going to go through here. So here's an exploding kitten. And the reason that you do this is because based on the number of players, you need a different number of diffuse cards and a different number of exploding kittens cards. So normally it's just me and my partner playing. So we play with one exploding kitten card because you want one less exploding kitten than there are players. So there's two of us. So we play with one exploding kitten. And when you deal the cards out, you automatically get a diffuse card. So each player starts with one diffuse card, and then there's two more in the deck. And like I said, because we do have extra packs in here, we have expansion packs in here, there are going to be more cards overall. And I think there's one additional exploding kitten card too. I don't know if there's any special diffuse cards. So I think I got all of the cards, yeah. So I sorted all of the exploding kitten and diffuse cards. So the best way to play this, or the best way to learn this, is definitely to just play a mock round. So I think that's probably what we're gonna do. I'm gonna play a mock round. So I'm gonna go through the exploding kitten cards and the diffuse cards, and we can pick our favorites to keep in. That's what me and my boyfriend always do. I have a favorite card out of this whole deck, and I'm gonna show it to you at the end. So stay tuned for that, and you can tell me what your favorite card that you see is in the comments. So we've got this exploding kitten, and he's using a grenade, which is funny. This one has a stick of dynamite. This one, he's sleeping in the warp core on the spaceship. This one, I don't know what he's doing, like using the nuclear launch codes. They're all pretty funny. And then this one, they're like going off a cliff. I thought there were more than that, but I think that's it. And then the diffuse cards are really cute, so we need, oh wait, we didn't pick an exploding kitten. So I think my favorite out of these, I like the one where he's sleeping in the warp core. He just looks so cute. So we're gonna use this one. We'll just put that off to the side. And then these four are gonna go in the box. I'll just set them back here. So we have this diffuse. So remember, this card is what you use. If you pick up an exploding kitten, you can diffuse the explosion and put the card back in the deck. So this guy, you're diffusing via catnip sandwiches. So he's having a little snack. I like that one. Diffuse via kitten therapy. This is a funny one. My boyfriend always gives me this one. Diffuse via 3 a.m. flatulence. Diffuse via laser pointer. Cards make good sounds too. I don't know. I haven't really been tapping. I'm not really a huge. I just don't think of it. I don't. I don't know how to like naturally incorporate it. You know. So we have that one. We have diffuse via participation kitten yoga. And then we have diffuse via belly rubs. So I think we'll do the belly rubs, the laser pointer, the kitten therapy, and the catnip sandwiches. Okay, so what we need to start off with is shuffling this deck, which seems to be really loud. I don't know where I should shuffle this, but it's very loud and not very relaxing. So I think we're not gonna shuffle. These are already shuffled, so we'll just say that they're shuffled. And then after you shuffle, you want to shuffle in 2 of your diffuse cards and your exploding kitten card. But I'm just gonna insert them in the deck because we're not really playing. So then I'm gonna deal cards, and I'll play for both of us to show you how a round would go. So you deal 7 cards, and then your diffuse card is your 8th. So I'm gonna give you the kitten therapy diffuse card. I'll take the catnip. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. So this is going to be the draw pile right here. And then this is the discard pile. So I'm going to look at my cards, and then I'm going to, you have 2 options when you start your turn. So you can place something on the pile, which you typically want to avoid in the beginning because the likelihood of you pulling the exploding kitten when there's all the cards left is a lot lower than later. So in the beginning, you want to do the second option, which is to pull a card from the draw pile, and that signals the end of your turn. So I pulled a card from the draw pile, and that's the end of my turn. So now, if it's your turn, I think I'm just gonna lay these cards out like this. You're not really gonna be able to see them, but I'll let you know. So we'll lay your cards out like this. So there's a couple things that, if you have them in your hand, it is beneficial to do in the beginning. So there are some cards, such as this one, that are meant to be played in pairs. So if you have 2 of these, you can put both of them on the draw pile, and then you're allowed to take a card from me, from my hand. So I would fan out my hand, and you could take a card from me. There's also another card called a favor, and I would get to choose a card to give to you. So you're still getting a card from me, but you don't get to select one. I get to select one to give to you. But your beard cat does not in fact have a match. So what you would want to do is pull a card. So you received a super skip card. Maybe I'll just lay my cards out too. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I don't really want to have to keep picking them up. It's kind of loud. So you can see that I have a taco cat. This is another one that you would play as a pair. And I have the rainbow Ralphing cat that you also play as a pair, but not together. Like, you have to have two of each. So I don't have anything that would be beneficial for me to play. So I am going to pick up. So I picked up the swap top and bottom, which means you get to swap the bottom card with the top card. And this could be a beneficial move if you've played a card to see the future and you've looked at the top 3 cards and one of them is an exploding kitten. So if you know that you have no choice but to pick up the top card, you could play this and switch so you're not picking up the exploding kitten. So now, again, looking at your cards, there's nothing really beneficial to play. So I'm going to pull a card for you. And we'll kind of continue on that pattern for a while until one of us gets nervous enough that we don't want to keep pulling because we're scared we're going to pull the exploding kitten. And then you'd start doing things to avoid that. So the card that you pulled is Personal Attack. Listen to the boasting of some very accomplished trout. And they have these funny sayings on them like that. So for this one, it would allow you to take 3 turns in a row. And something that I didn't mention is, whether you're playing a card on the discard pile or not, you still have to end your turn by picking up from the pile, except in some very specific circumstances. So I can give you an example of that. I'll play a card so that you can see what that looks like. So this one says attack ×2, and it says unleash the Caterwacky. It says do not draw any cards, so that's me. I do not have to draw a card to end my turn, and I am forcing you to take 2 turns. So this would be a good card to play if I knew that the exploding kitten was 2 down. Of course, it doesn't always work that way, but so now it's your turn and I'm going to draw 2 cards for you. But maybe you know where the exploding kitten is and you don't want to go. And you don't want to take 2 turns in a row. You could play this. You could play this card that says nope. Nopestradamus speaks the truth. And you could say, nope, you are not going to make me take 2 turns. So in that case, that would cancel out the card that I just played, and I would have to either do something else or pick up from the pile. So in this case, I'm going to pick up from the pile. And just for clarity, you would not be able to see the other player's cards. They would just be holding them in their hand, but of course we're playing a little bit differently. So, Now my turn is finished and you get to go again. So I'll pick up a card for you. And look at that. You got the beard cat, which is a match. Which is a match to the one you already have. But because picking up a card signals the end of your turn, you'll have to wait to play it. So I'll pick up a card. I got the potluck card. It says, share with the group at Catnip Anonymous. And this is starting with you and going in the direction of player on the table. Each player puts a card on the top of the draw pile. So if you knew that there was a exploding kitten on top, you could have a bunch of cards put on top of it. So, for your turn, let's play your beard cats. So, you'll play the beard cats. I would fan out my cards for you, and you would pick one at random. And the hope for this, most of the time you're hoping for a diffuse card, but you never know. I'm going to close my eyes and I'll pick one here. Okay, so I'm going to give you a taco cat. And now you have to either play another card in your hand or pick from the draw pile to end your turn. So you've picked from the draw pile to end your turn. I'm going to pick up. And then, so here's an interesting card. So this one is called Alter the Future. There's a few different variations of these future cards. This one's probably one of the best ones you can get. So it says, Alter the Future. Get that perm you've always wanted. Privately view and rearrange the top 3 cards on the draw pile. So I'll put that down for you. And then you get to look at them, and if you want to, you can rearrange them. So typically it would be advantageous to use this if you knew that something had happened and the exploding kitten was near. So right now, what you have is 2 catermelons, which is another pair card that you have to pair and play together. And then you have an attack card that says, awaken the Baradactyl. And this one says, do not draw any cards, force the player to take 2 turns. So it depends. You could do, if you wanted this card, you could rearrange that, put it on top, and then you could say, my turn is done. And you could pick this up, and that would be your card now. There are some really fun cards in here, and this is one of the ones from the expansion. So this is called Curse of the Cat Butt. And it makes it so you have to turn all of your cards around. And it makes it so you have to shuffle your cards and play them blind. And you keep them face down until you successfully draw a card from the draw pile. And this is a game that you definitely learn as you play. I was quite confused when we started, and it got easier and easier as we played more hands. The thing about it is that the expansions made it a lot more confusing. I can't remember. I think it's my turn, so I'm just gonna pick one up. Pick one up for you. And you basically just keep doing that. Like, you keep going back and forth, picking cards. Oh, I found my favorite card. This says, shuffle. A trans-dimensional litter box emerges. And the cat says, when I go poo in the wormhole of 1,000 possibilities, it will break the known universe. Although it will probably smell like poo. I don't know why. This is just the funniest freaking card to me. It's so good. Is this mine or yours? I don't remember. So, oh look, I got a pair. Oh, I have to wait to use it though. Okay, so I'm gonna use my pair of rainbow Ralphing cats, and I'm gonna steal the wormhole card because I like it. So the purpose of these shuffle cards is basically you can just shuffle the deck. Typically we don't use it unless it's like a very dire situation, because there's lots of other things that you could do before that are less risky to avoid getting the cat. So just for fun, this says skip, engage the hyper goat. So here I'll give you a card and then I'll play. So I'm gonna play the skip card. It means that I can end my turn without picking up from the pile. So if I knew that the exploding kitten was right there, I would be like, nope, I don't want to pick up. And then maybe you also use a skip and you say, I don't want to pick up either because I don't want that exploding kitten. So I'll pick up. And then you can pick up. This is a fun one. I'll take that. Send in a vampug. So you get to take the other person's next draw card. So yeah, you basically just keep doing that. Oh look, you got a diffuse card. That's fantastic. That is absolutely what you want. So you just, I just picked up another beard cat. So I have 2 of them. So I'm going to put that down. And then I get to take one of your cards. So I'll take, again, in a normal game I wouldn't be able to see what you have, but I'll take this super skip. So a super skip is something that you would use against this card. So a super skip can skip not just 1, but 2 turns, or all the turns. So that's a nice one to have. So I still have to pick up to end my turn. Oh, I'm losing my voice. I'm gonna be honest, whispering is a lot easier on the throat than soft speaking. So anyways, I'm gonna find the exploding kitten in here so that I can demonstrate how it would work if we did pull an exploding kitten. So here's what would happen. I pull an exploding kitten. Oh no. I say, I have a diffuse card. I'm going to diffuse via catnip sandwiches. So I put the diffuse card down, and I would secretly, my opponent would turn away, and I would secretly insert the exploding kitten back into the deck, and then that would be the end of my turn. I don't need to pull a draw card. If I was being really mean, I could put the exploding kitten right on top and they wouldn't know, but they might think I'm up to something, so then they might skip their turn, and then they would, then I would have to pick it up. So, I will, you can use the attack card and make me go twice. So I will use my super skip, take a ride on the corgi horse, and I'll put that so that I don't have to pick up. All my turns are done now. So then you'll pick up a card. You got the hairy potato cat, and then I'll go. I also got a hairy potato cat. These are not shuffled very well. I don't know what this card is. The bury card. Bury something that shouldn't be. End your turn by secretly putting the next card into the... Oh yeah, okay. Don't worry about that one. Okay. So this is a really good card to have. see the future. We kind of used one of these. But with this one, we don't get to rearrange. We just get to view. So, oh my goodness. So, this is what was available. And then I just put them back as they were. So yeah, the game basically continues like that until someone explodes for real. And you just follow the directions on the cards. And that's basically how you play. It's super easy and it's super, super fun. And something that's great about it is that it can be 2-player. I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm assuming you guys assumed by the way that I was doing a mock play of this. But my boyfriend and I, we struggled to find games that are suitable for 2 players. So that was something that we really liked. Was that we could just play the 2 of us. And it's really fun. And if you're just playing with the base game pack, it's really quick. It takes us a lot longer with the 2 expansion packs that we bought. But yeah. So I think this game retails for about $25 to $30. And the expansions, one of them was like only $7 or $8. That was the Streaking Kittens expansion. And then the Barking Kittens one was a little bit more expensive. Maybe it was around $18. And I just got them off Amazon. I was gonna order them straight from the Exploding Kittens website. But it was very expensive shipping. So, yeah, if you're looking for a fun 2 to 8 player game, maybe it's 2 to 6. There's a different version that's to 10. It's the party version. They also have an not safe for work version too. I think that would be really fun. But yeah, this is a great game. And I really enjoyed getting to play it with you guys today. I really hope that you enjoyed the video and that you maybe learned something. If you have this game and you've played it and whatever, tell me what your favorite card is in the comments. I didn't really show you guys enough today for you guys to have a favorite. But if you've played it before, let me know. And yeah, that's it for today. So I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.